Hey folks, welcome back to Only Best Fancy Novels. My name is Robin, and today I want to talk about The Great Change and Other Lies by Joe Abercrombie. And this is a collection of short stories set in around the same time as his Age of Madness trilogy. That being said, it does contain huge spoilers for the finale of that entire trilogy. So this should not be read until after that series. All that being said, let's dive right into it. This is a collection of 4 short stories that they follow characters we've never met before. 3 of the stories are extremely short, and what they do, they all have one purpose. They all do the same thing, which is to introduce us to different characters who are effectively different people in the supply chain of the of some of the goods and some of the luxury goods, essentially, that make their way into the hands of the adored nobility. And what these 3 stories serve to do, the only thing they really serve to do, is drive home some of the core themes and core ideas of the entire trilogy, which is basically just the exploitation, the social inequality, the consumerism, the abuse of privilege, the greed, all that kind of stuff that makes broke people like me hate rich people. Those kind of things, those kind of societal factors that are just embedded in that book. These 3 stories pretty much just serve to take those same concepts and give us a very short look at some of the absolutely terrible lives the people who actually do the work to get these goods into the hands of the elite enjoy, basically. So in typical Joe Abercrombie fashion, he really drives the knife home when it comes to that. That being said, these stories are incredibly short. They don't do anything besides that. We don't spend any significant time with these characters. We don't get to enjoy Joe Abercrombie's style, which is that kind of dark humor that embeds the stories and make us enjoy the stories that he crafts. Like this entire book can be read in maybe a half hour, 45 minutes maximum. And that's just 3 of the stories. The 4th one, it basically gives us an alternate viewpoint of the architect of the Great Change, way back when he initially decided that the Great Change needs to occur. Which is why I said that this book contains huge spoilers. Once you read that story, like, one of the biggest twists of the series will get exposed. So all that does is give us an alternate viewpoint of that. Combined, when you look at it, these 4 stories, they don't really contribute anything new. They don't really bring anything new to the table when it comes to the Age of Madness trilogy. And that's the first problem I have with this book. The second is that as a product, this thing just feels like a serious cash grab. We get 4 extremely short stories, which is just atrocious when you compare it to something like Sharpens, which is the short story collection that accompanies the First Law, the 2 trilogies from the First Law world. We get the only thing to pad it out, we get some pieces of artwork, which I guess is what was used to justify the price point, because for an ebook this is expensive, and that's the ebook. I do not envy the people who bought the physical books, because those things went for like $100 or something like that. Like, if I had spent $100 on this, I would be beyond pissed. But that's just me. I don't know. All in all, as a product, it's very disappointing. It felt like an attempt to just do a cash grab off of the fans with the least amount of effort possible. And yeah, that's why ultimately, like, I just consider this book a disappointment. It was a disappointment. It really doesn't bring anything new to the table. I don't even remember reading this the first time I read through these books. Probably because I heard about this. I've since forgotten. I decided to buy it as I decided to reread Joe Abercrombie's books. And this was a very sour note to end my Joe Abercrombie reread on. So there's that. hopefully the Devils will be out in a couple weeks. Hopefully when that's out, I can get back on the Joe Abercrombie high. All that being said, like, I'm still very much a fan of the guy, and I look forward to what else he brings in the future. Well, what was going on, and what was the driving force behind this particular collection? I'm going to hope that it was a one-off. And yeah, what else can I say? But it was just not a disappointment. That's it. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.